Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to hop on, I'm not centered. I wanted to hop on quickly. I'm a little scrubbed out, but I wanted to hop on quickly and talk about dating and your prospective mate's finances. So I know a lot of girls, and this is a video for girls, okay? Just FYI, because I know a lot of guys comment on my video. But a lot of girls feel very shy to ask about a guy's finances. In my eyes, I think it's fine to ask for a guy's finances. And the reason why is that think about, people nowadays, you go to a bar and they buy you a drink, and girls are like, okay, that's the sign that I am going to hook up with them. I am going to, open myself up and, hook up with them. And for me, that is like the most intimate you can get, you know? And what if by accident, birth control did not work and then you got preggers? And now you're like feeling morning sickness, and now you have a baby to think about, and all these health things. That's why I find it important to figure out the guy's finances, as well as getting to know him until you get intimate or committed. Well, first, if you follow me, you know that I always say you need to be committed first in order to get intimate. And you can check out my other videos on why I say that. But I will say that there is a tactful way to ask, and there is a cringy way to ask. What guys are afraid of is that you only like them for their assets, for their money. So the way you ask can give insight into what type of girl you are. So, the way I recommends or coach girls to ask is just say, hey, like, oh, like, where do you live? And if they're like, oh, I live here on this neighborhood, and then you say, oh, like, do you have roommates, or do you live by yourself, or are you renting? That's a tactful way to ask, okay? If the guy has a roommate, you know, that has always been my no-go because they are not ready to be independent and provide for a family and all that jazz. They are still in the homey, college broham situation. So, yeah, ladies, so in simplest terms, ladies, when you date, figure out and remember we're dating. I'm a coach for dating for marriage and kids. Okay. I'm not a dating coach for like hookups or long-term relationships. None of that. For ladies who are dating for marriage and family and children, you need to know their finances. You need to know their finances and you need to know if they, you know, match yours. For me, did not, I was never into people who are like musicians or artists and stuff like that. I personally like stability. I like a person who's going to be able to provide for the family. And that was just my boundary. That's just what I'm used to. That's how I was raised. So you have to figure out what you're available for, and you need to find out their financial situation. Don't be shy. Don't be shy on figuring that out in the first few dates. But remember that there's tactful ways to figure that out. Girls, you're really good at investigating. Use those skills. You don't have to outright ask them, but you can put the puzzle pieces together and make sure you do not get attached before you figure this out. Super important. Like, I will tell you, I dated somebody who never had funds and needed a lot of help. And it just really weighed me down. I could not focus on my schooling or anything like that because I was worried about his stuff. And that's nothing that you want to get involved in. You want somebody that's going to inspire you, elevate you, be at your level, or even above you. Anyways, that's what came into my head when I was walking to the bakery because I had a craving for some cake. Well, I was walking to the bakery with my daughter, and I was like, oh, this is like super important. Anyways, let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments, like, and subscribe.